Alright guys, so your homework for tonight will come out your student journal, and it's going to be page 204, and you're going to do numbers 1 through 11. And all of these problems, I didn't make these are from your Big Idea math book, so these are their problems. Okay, so it says in exercise 1 through 3, find the value of each variable in the parallelogram. So some properties we know about the parallelogram is opposite sides are congruent. So here they gave us sides, and we just need to work with the property for the sides. So in this case, I know that 4x equals y. This isn't helpful because I have two variables, and I'm going to go and set up the next one. That one would be x plus 18 equals 3x minus 2. So we're good on this one because we have the same variable, so we can solve for x in this one. So what I'm going to do here, the variables go on the left side and the constants go on the right. So we get negative 2x plus 18 equals negative 2 minus 18 minus 18. Negative 2x equals negative 20. Divided into negative 2, divided into negative 2, x equals 10. And there we go. So now that we know what x is, guess what? We can find y. And so we'll say 4 times 10 equals y. So 4 times 10 is equal to 40. And we're finished. Now, what you can do is I could take this a little further and substitute in the values to actually find the sides. So be careful with these questions because sometimes they ask you for the length of the sides. These questions are just asking you for the variable. All right, so let's go to number 2. That was number 1. Number 2, we have another situation where it is x minus 3. Well, this is a parallelogram, and we know opposite sides are congruent. So here, I'm going to set that up, but I got a problem because I don't know what y is, and I don't know what x is. So I'm going to try the inside. We also know another rule for the parallelogram is opposite angles are also congruent. So I can say 4x minus 37 equals 49. And now we are in the game. We can solve for x here. Constants belong on the right side. And so we get 4x equals 86. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Let me grab my calculator. Just a second, guys. Let me get my calculator up and going. Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator, and I'm going to get this going. Use that. Okay, so 86 divided by 4 is equal to 21.5. I'm going to show you the fraction form too. So I'm going to go alpha y equals. I prefer you to reduce these fractions instead of giving the decimal form. Those are more exact answers. So x is 43 over 2. X is 43 over 2. Or x is going to be 21 over 5. So now that I know what x is, I can go and substitute this in, and I can solve for y. And so I'm going to go ahead and move the y over 5 to the other side, so that the variable's on the left and I don't have to worry about moving things around. And that's 43 over 2 as the fraction I'm going to use. 43 over 2 minus 3. All right. So let's knock that out. So we get y over 5 equals, that breaks down. Okay, let me show you how you use your calculator. I can break this down manually, but let me show you guys how to work with it. So you can do 4 parentheses alpha y equals, enter, 43 over 2 minus 3. And this is 83. Okay, and then I'm going to times 5 on both sides to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to times 5 over here, and I get y, this goes away, equals, and then let's go grab that calculator again, 83 times 5, 415, and we are finished. So we found x and y for number 2. Okay, clear that. Let's get number 3, and then we know the properties of the parallelogram. It says the diagonals bisect each other, so that means this side equals this side, and this side equals that side. Okay, and this would be considered a midpoint there. All right, so I'm going to set up these two equations. So 5y minus 16 equals 3y. Minus 16 equals 3y, and then we have 2x plus 10 equals 4x minus 2. All right, so I'm going to draw the line down the middle here. The variables go on the left side, the constants go on the right side. So I'm going to say plus 16 to both sides to get that constant on the side it's supposed to be on. So 5y equals 3y plus 16 minus 3y minus 3y. Divide by 2, divide by 2, y equals 8. Down the middle, subtract 10. Subtract 10 equals 4x minus 12 minus 4x minus 4x. Negative 2x equals negative 12, negative 2, negative 2x equals 6. All right, and we are finished.